Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm thrilled to be participating in the Night Angels blog hop today. Let's get started. My project today is this great fun fold card with a belly band closure, perfect for the beginning stamper who is uncomfortable starting with stamping on the front of their card. Here are all the pieces I have for my project. Our theme was to pick something from the new mini catalog from Stampin' Up, which is full of fun things, but I selected this great, bright, colorful bear set with matching memories and more cards. And there's a whole suite of projects as well as a stamp set and a punch and embellishments that go along with the stamp set as well. So here are all the pieces I have for my project today. All of the measurements will be in the description below, but I have this large piece of the DSP that kind of looks like blue with snow falling on it, as well as a coordinating strip that I'll use for my belly band. For the front and inside of my card, I selected 2 of the 3x4 memories and more cards. You get a large pack of cards. They are double-sided, so lots of opportunities to pick different patterns and colors to match your theme or your ideas. There's also a couple of sticker sheets that are cardstock stickers, and then some larger cards as well that are also double-sided. So lots of options to make cards very quickly with the memories and more packs. I also have some coordinating cardstock colors in Night of Navy, Balmy Blue, and Real Red that I'm using to create this card, and a strip of white cardstock to form that belly band. Finally, I have some of the gorgeous silver trimmed ribbon that we're going to use to decorate the belly band. So starting with the large piece of DSP, I'm going to score that at 4 inches and at 8 inches. And that's going to leave me a little bit of an uneven piece on the far right. That's so that it's a little bit smaller, and when we fold those pieces into each other to form a card base, that they don't interrupt with the fold, and they fold nice and flat for mailing. So I'm just burnishing the score marks there, and you can see how it folds in without getting crunchy in the corner where those pieces of DSP come together. I then have 2 pieces of cardstock that I'm going to use to mat my DSP and then to form the base of my card. So I'm just adding some liquid adhesive to the DSP and centering it onto the Balmy Blue cardstock mat with just an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. And then I'm going to add that piece to the Night of Navy cardstock, the darker blue, again with an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around. You don't have to do the lighter blue color in between, but I really like layers on my cards. So next I'm going to prepare the front panel that's going to be added to my belly band. So I'm taking my memories and more cards, so pretty on the back too, you hate to waste it, but I have more of them that I can use to show those pretty presents in a future project. So I'm just layering that onto a piece of Real Red cardstock with an 1/8 of an inch border. And then this piece is going to be for the inside of my card. It's a memories and more card that has dotted lines for writing, so you can write a nice, neat, tidy message on the inside of the card as well. So I'm just going to add that to the center panel of the DSP that we created for the base. And I'm just centering that side to side and top to bottom. So it folds up nice and tidy. Now I'm going to create the belly band. So I'm going to start with a strip of white cardstock that I'm not measuring. I'm just very gently wrapping around the base of my cardstock. The trick with a belly band is you don't want it to be too tight because then it's hard to get on and off. But you also don't want it to be too loose because then it just slides all the way to the bottom. So I've always found it easiest to just wrap it around loosely, and then I'm putting some liquid adhesive on both ends of the cardstock where it overlaps to form that loop. And I'm just going to double check one more time that I haven't made it too tight and that it's nice and easy to slide on and off for the recipient. Once I'm confident in it, I'm going to push that down harder, make it a nice firm seal. And now I'm going to add my DSP decoration to the front. Because I didn't measure the belly band, I don't have an exact measurement for the DSP. So I'm flipping it over here and just making a mark with a pen where an 1/8 of an inch border is going to land on that strip. And I'm just going to cut that and dry fit it onto my belly band. So that means without adding glue, I'm first going to double check that the piece of DSP fits nicely and I like the way it looks. always check first. It's much easier to do it without a bunch of glue sticking up the mess. So I'm happy with the length of that. I'm just going to add my adhesive and glue that onto the belly band. So up next, I'm going to wrap my ribbon around the belly band. That's just a nice decorative touch. Again, you don't have to do that, but when we have such pretty sparkly ribbon, why wouldn't we? So I'm just tying a bow. I wrapped the ribbon all the way around the belly band, so it is visible from front to back. And then I'm tying a bow to the left-hand side. Bows are always the hardest part of any project, but you just keep practicing, keep pulling on them, playing with the loops, and eventually the ribbon will settle down and it makes a nice, pretty addition to a card. This ribbon in particular is super soft, really easy and fun to work with. So once I'm comfortable with how my bow ended up looking, I'm just going to trim the edges with my paper snip scissors, and then I have a nice, neat, tidy bow to decorate the front of my card and my belly band. So now I'm going to attach the prepared card that we made for the front onto the belly band. And the trick here is I'm going to put my dimensionals. You could use adhesive as well if you didn't want to pop it up, if you want something flatter for the mail. But I'm going to pop my card up with dimensionals. I'm going to do that by adding my dimensionals to the belly band, not to the card base. So I'm not adding it to the red cardstock. And this is going to let me play with the placement of that front panel and make sure that I like how it's centered, top and bottom, left and right. I'm going to use my grid paper to help keep things straight because I always need help keeping things straight. Nothing ever goes straight the first time. So use the tools that you have, and grid paper is great for that. And I'm just setting it aside, taking a look at it, and then pressing down onto the dimensionals so that it sticks there and pops up a little bit from the belly band. So I'm going to add a little bit more decoration to the front of my panel. I wanted to have some more 3D elements popping off of there, so I'm using some of the cardstock stickers. There's a variety, but there's some presents there that I thought really matched the background of that Let It Snow card. So I'm just adding a dimensional actually to the back of the present so that I've got flat presents and then presents that pop up off the page as well. And I'm just doing a variety of 2 different colors of presents, 2 different styles. I'm adding dimensionals to both, but the second present I'm going to tuck in behind the first present just so that there's some layering there as well. And that helps add with the realism and the dimension of the presents. And finally, what's a card without some bling? So these super, super glittery, shiny embellishments are perfect for this card. They're silver, gold, and black. So I'm adding a couple of those just to add some sparkle and shine because every holiday card has to have a little sparkle. And now I'm just going to check one more time. My belly band fits on perfectly, and here's how the card would look in the envelope for the recipient. So they'll pull it out of a regular envelope, A2 size, slide the belly band off, open it up, and then on the inside there's room to write a great holiday message wishing them the best. And so that's my finished project for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Really appreciate having you here. Be sure to follow along to the next hop in the description below.